and welcome back to NatChat. I'm Mireella Rich. If you've just joined us, we're here with Katt Beames and her band, which include Skittles, who's on cello, and Ants, who's on guitar, and Marcus, who's on drums, but he's not with us at the moment, Marcus. Welcome back to the program.
Yay!
Yay! We're back. So can you tell us, have you had any funny experiences together collectively, or interesting or meaningful experiences you want to share, little stories?
We have had some crazy adventures, you know, getting to gigs and stuff. We had a show up in Newcastle about 4 months ago, and we were driving up and we actually hit a kangaroo on the road on the way up, and totally wiped out the front of our car and
wiped out the kangaroo.
Wiped out the kangaroo as well, and
you nailed him. Poor bugger.
It was a bit of a crazy adventure.
That would be scary to do that, actually.
It was.
Yeah, I'd be really frightened to do something like that.
Yeah, and the car was just buggered too, so we had to drive like 5Ks the whole rest of the way. To
and how long was the rest of the way?
About 100 Ks.
Really? And you're just going 5 the whole way?
Yeah.
And what were the other cars? Were they patient or
no?
behind
We copped a bit of road rage.
That's terrible. It's something that can't be helped.
But we got there.
Like you're not driving. Who would drive 5Ks for fun on the road? Just for the fun of it.
Yeah. So that was really a crazy adventure.
That was interesting.
Yeah.
And how long actually has the group been together at this stage? You've known each other for so many years, as you said earlier, and you've come from different backgrounds.
Probably about 6 months, but we've gone through a lot of changes. I mean, we used to play and we've written some songs together when we were younger, years back.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, as a group, probably about 6 months. We've gone through a lot of changes and had different members come in and play with us and come and go.
Turf some and bring some back in.
Yeah, so it's taken us a while to really, you know, to really be solid in us as a group. And
well, it's good that you're all friends to begin with, so you've got that solid foundation that you can sort of grow with. And
and I think it's really important having that connection too with people, like just being able to tune in to what each other is doing and connect.
It helps.
Yeah,
and I think we're also on a level as well that we're almost at family level, so it's not like if you have a problem and you have a fight, you're over it in a couple of seconds. And
and the communication is really clear. Like we don't, you know, we're not worried about offending each other, you know, creatively and that kind of thing.
Speak our minds.
We're pretty, open and
with
clear with all that. So
that's good, and that's really good to be able to do that, and not to get hurt or upset, but just to take it as, you know, let's just help each other. We're trying to get the best out of each other, kind of thing. And who writes the music and the lyrics?
I write most of the songs at the moment. I write the basis and the lyrics of most of the songs. But we're kind of morphing. I'm coming from a solo artist and becoming more of a band. We're starting to do things a lot more collectively and as a group. So Skittles started writing some songs, and we've started. And
we each create our own parts for the songs anyway. So once we come together, it's a different sound to just Katt playing on her own. Sometimes the structure changes and we add lead breaks or ad-lib areas. So.
And you all feel quite free to sort of put your bit in and think, oh, actually, I wouldn't mind adding this in. And
or whiskey and red wine does that. Sit around, have a good jam.
Yeah.
Okay. And have you got any experiences like when you were doing your solo things? You had some amazing times doing weddings and funerals as well. And that was just like people would tell you what songs to play, or did you choose?
Yeah, generally. Generally they just ask me to play songs and I'll learn them. I'm pretty good at that. I can listen to a song and pick it up like that.
That's great.
If they say, can you play this song for us, it'll take me a day or two and I'll have it nailed. So.
Have you always been interested in music? What's your history?
Yeah, my father played guitar, so there were guitars around the house all the time.
He's obsessive.
I never played until I was about 14, so about 10 years. I picked it up when I was 14. And then, I loved it. I had a passion. I couldn't stop. I asked my dad to teach me, but he wouldn't teach me because nobody taught him. So he had the idea that you have to teach yourself to be good, so I just sat in the room and taught myself.
You taught yourself?
Yeah.
Wow.
You bounce off people, but I just listen and play.
That's beautiful. And did you write your own songs as well when you were doing solos?
I've written heaps of songs,
That's great.
And we're pulling some of those songs as well.
Yeah.
And you bring them to the band.
Trying to use some of them that.
And we want to start singing together as well too, and bringing more of a harmonies and things into.
Yeah, we need some harmonies.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to be singing like in the last part of this program. You'll be singing 2 of your songs. Can you tell us about those songs and the inspiration and?
The first song we're going to play is called Same Same.
Same Same.
And I wrote that one recently. I was thinking a lot about cycles that we go through as human beings, and often I find myself, faced with the same situation or the same choices and decisions over and over again. And it's just about how often we live our lives in patterns and
interesting.
So it's about a lot of things. It's about love, and it's about forgiveness. It's mainly about forgiveness and forgiving each other and ourselves, and breaking that cycle. So
of anger or resentment.
Well,
or
of anything, just freeing
negative.
yourself of that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like a good song.
Yeah. And the second one is called the Daffodil Song, and I wrote that when I just started my adventures when I moved overseas when I was 18, actually. And I wrote that about 3 weeks after I left Australia, and it was kind of just all came out. It was just my realisation of being in a foreign land and being so far away from the people that I loved, and questioning that, whether I'd done the right thing, and yeah.
And why did you call it the Daffodil Song?
I don't know. It's got nothing to do with daffodils at all. I don't know. Just
You say the daffodils are out?
yeah. There's a line in there that says the daffodils are out.
Yeah.
I think it's referring to the season, the changes. So.
Oh, beautiful. And will you be adding some songs in as well, like writing songs, do you think, in the future?
Yeah, I write a few things, but more for me, my songs are really angsty and kind of awful,
Melancholy.
about really sad things, so I can get it out of my system.
Yeah.
Katt's music has, well, our music, but Katt's songs that she writes have more of a kind of hope at the end. But yeah, we've been working on one song I wrote about my best friend's dog drowning, which is, I think it's a good song. It's got potential.
There's some great chords.
So it's different to what we've been doing, but I think it's nice to mix it up a bit.
We've got a real mix of songs. Like some of them are quite uplifting and profound, but some of them are really heartfelt and
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, all the best for the future with your band. I hope everything goes just as you want it to go. And we'll go to a break now, and then when we return, we'll be hearing all your songs, or 2 of your songs.
Thank you for having us.
Pleasure. You've been watching NatChat. When we return from the break, you'll be hearing Katt Beames and her band playing. Hope you enjoy the program, and see you again soon.